Good morning. Ros Boundy Psychic Medium here. I'm using eCam this morning and going straight to mytimetv.live, Ros Boundy on Facebook. I think it's going to Twitch and Twitter and something else. YouTube, I think. So it's lovely to see you here already. Hi Emma, how are you? And we've got the Stream Elements thingy there. That's what this one looks like. I've got Stream Elements pops up and does the little thingy. There's a thingy it does when people like the stream. And good morning to Tanya. Good morning Lily, how are you? Beautiful soul yourself too. And Kat, how are you this morning? And we've got Sarah this morning as well. Good morning, how are you? And Di's here. Lovely to see you here. Now, I'm not sure what sort of delay I have with this one, being the eCam is going to stream. Yeah, the echo, there's a fair bit of delay, so that's all right. What I'll be doing is going straight round to the cards. Here we go, and it's sort of interesting this morning because I know what I'm going to be doing for today and the next few days, obviously. At this point in time, as we know how we plan things, sometimes plans don't always go like they should either. Here we go. We've got the owl card. The wise old owl sat on an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why aren't you like that wise old bird? I think that's absolutely superb. It is good. I do tend to sit back and listen more now as I'm getting older. So I wonder if that's certainly a direct reference to remind us that we're getting older, or that we do need to listen more rather than speak. And good morning, Shaz. How are you this morning? So here we go. The cards. Oh, and I forgot my pointer. It's out the other end. Oh, I forgot this card too. Whoopsie. And this is why I thought it was pretty interesting this morning. Thought, really? With that card from the owl, here we've got the Inner Soul Guidance Oracle card. That's from Leanne and Deb's deck. And it came up with the Scorpion. So your words can sting. Watch your tongue and choose your words wisely. So it does follow on from that owl card, as in, and I think probably why it's very wise to sit back and listen first, and then really be careful of how we speak. So very interesting. Now, and I am using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck from Sarah Marchetti still. For weekdays I do. I like it that way. I just realised how that's not quite in alignment, but anyway. Do I have to get that picky? Here we've got the lady in the home space. We've got the letter in the workspace. We've got parks up in the unexpected. And we have the books as your role. And the compass in the centre as the outcome. That's the one that jumped out first of the deck. It actually flew out as I was doing the intentions for what the cards needed to be. It really wanted to be, and I just asked it. It was going to be in that space, so that's why it's there. It really is the one that wanted to set itself as that central card. Good morning, Veronica. Lovely to see you here this morning too. Wonderful. A nice little family group, isn't it? Growing to be that way. Lovely. So, we've got the young lady again today, but she is actually in the prime position of the home space. So, it is looking back, reflecting, hang on, this is where the pointing is interesting when you're doing it. She's reflecting and looking that way, which in the layout of how most generally accepted card readers do it is that direction, that way is the past. So, we're looking back a little, reflecting, spending some time just thinking on what has been to where we are now. Certainly relevant for me today because I'm going to be staying back at Meningie with my twin, and I are going to go up and have a chat with Mum and Dad where their resting place is, basically, since Dad's anniversary, I think it's 4 years ago, is coming up on the weekend that I can't be there for, so we decided we'd be a bit early for it. So it's going to be some memories and things like that that we're going to be joining in together with. And it's really anticipating that with some, yeah, it's going to be fun. Going to be fun. So, because, well, you know, they were nice people. It is very nice. What can you say, hey? Yeah, love it. Loved them. Love the catching up with my sister, and back to home base as far as what I do consider to be my home was Menengi. So it's a lot of joy and reflecting time. So it could be something along that line for you yourselves this morning too. Okay. Now, and thanks Diane for liking the stream. That does pop up in the recording, doesn't it? I love it. Just need to figure out how to do it to change it up to somewhere more appropriate. I don't know. Do you guys like that? Things popping up in front of you? Here we go with the letter in the workspace. So there is a bit more to do in that written stuff, having the agreement sorted out. Even if there's project planning and that type of thing, it's to do with that you need to be conscious of the words we speak, because even as that scorpion, what words we use can sting. It can even be so in the written form as well too. So as we have thought, as we prepare whatever we're doing that's involving words in our workspace, so that it is, take the sting out of it for starters, but also have it where it really does need to be fully correct and as you would sign it type of thing. As you want someone to read it, being careful along that line. I'm feeling it does need to have, especially even if it's more the legal stuff as well in that workspace, to have it where it is checked over even by the lawyers. If, like I wouldn't say a will in the workspace, but, property agreements and partnerships and that type of thing. Those sorts of agreements, have them looked over correctly so that you are writing them up correctly as well too. Right, so we're moving up into our unexpected position, and that's the parks. It really does bring that beautiful energy of being out in the fresh air, out and in the public even, so you can spend time connecting with others and nature. I think nature probably foremost to get that exercise and fresh air. And whether it's in formal gardens or whether it's along the beach or wherever you enjoy that time of peace and connection. I really enjoyed doing the photo into my profile with this one this morning, because there is a colour on my Samsung, as you do photos and text and stuff, there is a colour that totally matches that sky colour, and it's beautiful. And as I'm looking out the window now, there's almost that sky colour sitting out there, and it's gorgeous. So, there's the synchronicities of how things will work in together in all spaces and places, taking that time to actually, it could be in a space that is so beautiful and calming, so that you then, you're having that connection with all things that are in your life now. Especially when we come down to your role of the books. And I sometimes think like it's reading, it's not just writing in a journal or things like that, even though we have got the written word here. I think it is spending some time in readings, whether it's studying that you're wanting to do or going over old journals. I used to write in journals a fair bit. And I know that in my packing and unpacking, I don't know where I've actually packed them. I have come across several of them from way back. Like this is probably 30 years ago, way back. And it's probably, in that space today that your role is to unpack some of what has been. And, look at, even if it is in those old journals you might have written up, or newer ones even that you might be directed to actually start writing new journals. So put your mind to what is your written word, how you would read it or write it. Oh, that almost looks like owls in there. I don't think they are, but I'm just seeing those as owl figures. Um, bring the wisdom out. That's what I'm feeling around that. Bring the wisdom out of what words it is that you read or write through the day. Okay? And certainly, as we're going into our outcome, that central card, and it really wanted to be red in that position, it is recalibrating, redirecting, finding your direction, knowing that you're on the right path as well. That's what I'm feeling. I'm getting a very big yes to that one, that knowing that I'm on the right path. So know that you are on the right path in anything that you're doing at the moment in your life. So bring it forward to that inner knowing, which sounds a bit odd because sometimes that's going backwards, but it's not. It's bringing forward out of the shadows things that you've hidden because you've wanted to put them off, or it's just not been the right time to spend time with those contemplations and understandings that you've grown to learn from it. Re-look at it from a different perspective and bring it forward to now knowing, in that knowing you are on the right path, whatever has been, is that perfect situation that you've experienced in your life to be where you are right now and to continue to move you forward on the path that you're desiring. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from the cards today. Especially, they have especially spoken deeply to me as I've placed them down, and even getting the messages to explain it to you now. So touch into what is your inner knowing, your intuitive senses, your psychic senses, all those clairs, if you want to call them that. I mean, that's the industry standard. That's what they are named: clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, all those types of things. Now I can't remember which ones I've said. There's a few. So just tap into being you and be the best you that you can be. I'm going to leave it there for now because I've got a few little things to pack before I'm on another little mini road trip. Not quite as far as what Leanne and I are going to be doing on the weekend, but or on Friday. So it's lovely to have you all here. I love doing these. Should be, hopefully, depending on mobile signal on everything from where we're staying. I'll be doing this tomorrow morning again. We'll see. It'll just be the straight deck. It won't be the extras because I don't want to travel too heavy. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Sarah, and you have a lovely day. And thank you, Diane, for that. Yes, look forward to every day. It's wonderful, isn't it? Just that anticipation of adventure. What's next? Thank you, Veronica, and thank you, Lily. It's wonderful to have you all here. So anticipate for tomorrow. Keep being the best you that you can be, and namaste until then. Bye for now.